Hi, Juno-DS here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the vocoder in a performance layered with another patch. All right, let's get started. So before we begin, what I'm showing you here, I think is kind of a hack. Okay, I don't know if this is totally supposed to do this, but we kind of figured this out. So check this out. I'm going to begin by pressing performance, and I'm going to go to initialize performance. That's fine right there, initialized. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to use the vocoder on part 1. So I'll go to vocal pad in part 1. Now notice what happens. If I press the vocoder auto pitch button, it goes automatically back to patch. Goes to patch. And if I undo it, it stays in patch. So this is where the hack comes in. Do not press this button. Repeat after me. I will not press this button. What I'm going to show you is kind of a hack. So check this out. This is really fun. And if you do this properly, you'll be able to layer your vocoder or your choir kind of vibe with strings or other choirs or also some bass. And it can come out with some really funky results. I think you're going to like it. So remember, repeat after me. Do not press this button. All right? Only when you're using it in patch mode. But if you're using it in performance, don't do it. All right, let's learn how to layer the vocoder with a patch in performance mode. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to press performance, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to use the vocoder robot in part 1. I'm going to go to part 2, and let's choose some kind of bass in here. And so I'm going to go into my bass section and find a nice bass. So I'm going to use the Big Mini. I love this sound. It's great. Just a fun sound. And we're going to combine that with the vocoder. So we have parts 1, which is the vocoder, and parts 2. Now remember what I said earlier. Don't press this button. Okay, so right now I'm going to press menu, and I'm going to edit, press enter, performance edit, and we're going to turn both of those on in the key bed. Now that being said, I should be able to hear the vocoder in here. And right now you're hearing the synth that's used to create the robot, but you're not hearing my voice. Even when I turn up, you just hear my regular voice. So here's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna exit out of here, and we're gonna cursor down to effects, and we're gonna make sure we're in MX1. First off, let's make sure we're in the right part. So I'm going to make sure I am using part 1. So once again, enter, effects, edit, and here we go. MFX1, press enter, cursor all the way to the bottom, and go to DI vocoder. There it is. And now you should be able to hear the vocoder and the bass together as I turn up the mic. Pretty cool, right? You can hear both the vocoder and the bass. Now, one thing we need to do is we need to adjust the pitch bend on the vocoder. So right now on the bass, it's like it's at +2, -2. But on the vocoder, when we listen to it, it's like an octave. Plus an octave and down an octave. So we're going to go in and exit, and we're going to go back to patch edit. So patch edit, and I'm going to cursor over to pitch, and pitch bend range up. I'm going to put it on +2. Now you could put it on anything you want, but I personally like +2, -2. So that's a whole step. So now when we use those together, and I'll go ahead and turn up this guy. Pretty cool. So we have them matching. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. And I'm going to write, performance write, and discard. Here's a great screen. Discard patch edit. And no. So let's cursor back. Check it out. There is an asterisk in part 1, the robot. So I'm going to go to write again, but this time I'm going to say, yes, I want to write that part 1, that patch. So I'm going to write that, and I'm going to change that to ed. So it's going to remember all the changes I made to the patch in here. Because remember, I changed the effects, so that way I didn't have to press that button. Don't press that button. And I went ahead and assigned it within the effects, the Juno-DS vocoder. So that's there. I'm going to put it to an initial patch. That's great. Now if we go back to the performance, we still see an asterisk on the performance. You see it right there, but we no longer see an asterisk inside part 1, which is the vocoder, robot ed. So now I can go to write, and I'm going to write the performance now, press enter, and I'm going to delete all this, and I'm going to exit, and I'm going to call this Vocoder Bass. All right, so I decided to name it Vocoder Bass. Now I'll press the enter button, and I'm going to put it right in that performance, and yes, I am sure. So now I have it set so that when I go to here, all I have to do is turn up my mic input. So right now, all you hear is the big mini. You don't hear the vocoder, so I just turn it on. But remember, don't press that button. All right, so if you press that button, it's going to kick you out of performance and go to patch. So don't press that button. So now we'll go ahead and turn it up, and let's give it a try. Okay, now as far as going in and adjusting levels and taking off effects off of the Big Mini, give it a shot. All you would have to do is press Menu, Edit, go into your Performance Edit, and start going through and adjusting those levels of those sounds. Maybe I want that bass mini. Let's keep it right there. I tell you what, let's have some fun. Let's drop that bass mini down 1 octave. Let's see what we get. Pretty cool. Last thing, press right, performance right, vocoder bass, enter, and there it is. That is the hack that I think you need to know so you can use the Juno-DS's vocoder in a performance. But remember, don't press that button. All right, you guys take care. Give this a shot at the house. I'm sure you're going to love it. Talk to you later.